Okay, so we're going to go over the practice test here to make sure we got everything down. So use the following quadratic equation to determine the nature of the roots. The discriminant's quadratic equation is, okay, we'll get to that. We need the discriminant. We need b squared minus 4ac. So if that comes out greater than 0, we have, what is it, greater than 0, but not, or but a perfect square. That means we have, if it's greater than 0, the discriminant is positive. So we'd have the roots are real and unequal. If it's greater than 0, I don't remember if this one comes up on here. This may not be a thing, but not a perfect square. So this means you get something like 64 or 16 or 81. Here you get like 7, 18, something like that. Then discriminant is positive. It should. I want to say this, and on I don't remember if it's here or not. Should be rational. And here it's, this one would be irrational and unequal. And then if it equals 0, it's this answer would be 0. And then so the roots are rational and equal. And then if it's less than 0, negative, and the roots are unreal or not real. And there wouldn't even be a one here. So we can kind of tell it's probably not going to be that last one. So b squared minus 4ac. This is b, a is 1, and c is 25. So we're doing 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25. Well, this is 100. 4 times 25 is 100. That should be a 1. So we get 0. So it's this one. So 0, rational, I think maybe it should say rational, and equal. Okay, convert the following to a vertex form and state the coordinates of the vertex. So we need to do completing the square. First thing we're going to do is get rid of this 7. We're going to move it to the other side. So we're going to have y plus 7 equals x squared minus 4x. Okay? So then what we do over here is take half of this add it squared. So take half of 4 is 2, so we're taking 2 and squared. Now we can do it to the other side too. So this is going to be y plus 11 equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Then we just go about our normal factoring. What multiplies to 4 and adds to negative 4? That's going to be x minus 2 and x minus 2, which we write as x minus 2 squared. Now I'm going to subtract my 11 back over to the other side. So we'd get y equals x minus 2 squared minus 11. So our vertex is you take the x1 and flip the signs. Whatever makes that 0, and the other one keeps its sign. So negative 2, I'm sorry, I just did the thing. Negative 11. All right? Okay. So for it to be a function, each input needs only one output. So 8 only goes to 5, negative 3 only goes to negative 2, negative 4 only goes to 7, and 9 only goes to negative 2. If 8 went to 5 and 8 went to 7, this is not a function. So does represent a function. There's only one arrow coming off everything in set A because every input has exactly one output. Now, is it invertible? Basically, the reverse needs to be true. For every output should only come from one input. So no, 2 comes from both negative 3 and 9. So isn't. Wow, I can't spell. Because at least one output, in this case, negative 2, has multiple inputs. What? Negative 3 and 9 both go to negative 2, so it can't be inverted. So we're going to find, down here, we're going to find g of f of negative 5. So we just simply do f of negative 5 first. Negative 5 plus 12. So that's going to be 7. And then we're doing g of 7. 7 squared minus 2 times 7 minus 15. So 49 minus 14 is 35. Minus 15 is 20. So there you go, 20. So yeah, you just plug negative 5 into f, and whatever comes out of that, then you plug into g. Okay, so we're going to find f inverse of this. So we change it. I'm going to write it down here. I'll erase it in a second. 6x cubed plus 7 to the 1/5. We switch x and y. Oops, that should be y now. To the 1/5. Now we're going to solve for x. And the first thing I'm going to do is raise both sides to the 5th power, because that will cancel out that. So x to the 5th now equals 6y cubed plus 7. I'm going to subtract 7. X to the 5th minus 7 is going to equal 6y to the 3rd. Divide by 6. Divide everything by 6. X to the 5th minus 7 over 6 equals y to the 3rd. Now I'm going to take the cube root of both sides. And so now y equals the cube root of x to the 5th minus 7 over 6. Should be our answer. Which one is that? Looks like it's C, right there. Okay, up here, put it all under one roof. 560 x to the 7th over 5x squared is going to be 112? Yeah, 112. And then x to the 7th over x squared is x to the 5th. Just treat these separately. Square root of 112, square root of x to the 5th. You're looking for the biggest perfect square that goes into 112. 4 probably goes into it, but we can keep going. I think 16 goes into it. I think it's 16 times 7. So this is the square root of 16 times square root of 7. And then I've got x to the 4th and x. So this is 4 square root of 7. And this is x squared square root of x. So 4x squared square root of 7x. 4x squared square root of 7x. All right. Okay, this is a nice long one. We're going to have to do the square root is by itself, so we're going to square both sides and get 8x plus 65. Now what we have to do, x plus 10, x plus 10, we have to FOIL it, x squared plus 10x plus 10x plus 100. So that's going to equal x squared plus 20x plus 100. Got a quadratic. I need to get it all to one side. I'm going to subtract 65. But I'm also going to go ahead and subtract 8x. And so we should get 0 equals x squared plus 12x plus 35. So what multiplies to 35 and 12? That's going to be 5 and 7. So our answers are x equals -5 and x equals -7. We need to check. -5 times 8 is -40 plus 65 is going to be positive. So that one's good. -7 times 8 is -54 plus 65. So that one's good. Or is it 56? Sorry, the ones I always get mixed up. So both of them are good. So you'll write it as -5, comma, -7. Don't put any spaces there. Okay, all the positive solutions. So I'm going to add 17. And get 3x to the 3 over 4 equals 81. I'm going to divide by 3. X to the 3 over 4 equals 27. And I'm going to raise each side to the 4 over 3. That'll get these to cancel out. 4 over 3. You can throw that in your calculator, or the cube root of 27 is 3. Then raise that to the 4th power, and you're going to get x equals 81. Okay, all the values where x is undefined means anything cannot, divide by 0. So what would make us divide by 0? X minus 7 cannot equal 0. So x cannot equal 7. Simple as that. Just whatever makes the denominator 0. The numerator is irrelevant in this part. When it says undefined, there's two things we can't do. Can't take the square root of negative, and we can't stop, or we can't take the, we can't divide by 0. Okay, now we're going to do it again, perhaps. So we take the denominator, set it equal to 0. So this is the difference of squares. Hopefully you recognize it. This is x plus 8, x minus 8 cannot equal 0. So x plus 8 cannot equal 0. X minus 8 cannot equal 0. So x cannot be -8, and x cannot be 8. So -8, comma 8. So simplify completely. We want to factor everything. The top is the difference of squares. what multiplies to negative 28 and adds to 3? That's going to be x plus 7 and x minus 4. Then we're just going to cancel out whatever will cancel out. We're left with x plus 4 over x plus 7. Right there. All right. These are way easier than they look. Just factor everything. Remember, you're going to keep, change, flip. So let's keep the first one, but the top here is going to factor to x plus 2, x minus 2. So x plus 2, x minus 2. And the bottom, what multiplies to 18 and adds to negative 11? It's going to be negative 9 and positive 2. Hope we're already seeing stuff that cancels out. And then we flip this one. So the x minus 9 goes on top, and the 6x goes on bottom. So my x plus 2's cancel out, my x minus 9's cancel out, and I'm left with x minus 2 over 6x. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? This has to be minus. I need them to multiply. This has to be minus. Negative 2 times negative 9 is positive 18. So the x minus 2's cancel out. And then I'm left with x plus 2. Why did I write 6? All over the place. So x plus 2 over 6x. Okay, we need a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 and this by 3x. So I multiply this by 5 and this by 3x. So I'm going to get 10 minus 3x over 15x. There's nothing more that I can do. So we get B. Okay. All this kind of fun stuff. Horizontal asymptote. Remember, if the degree on top over is degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, y equals 0. Okay, and if they're equal, it's the coefficients over each other, A over B, I'll call it that. And that degree of numerator is less than the denominator. There is 1. So we have our first case here. This is a power of 1, this is a power of 2, so y equals 0. The other thing you can do real quick is the y-intercept. It's literally telling you what you do. Plug in 0 for x, make this 0, and this 0, and they all go away. And I'm left with 20 over 12. So it'd be 20 over negative 12, and I imagine it's going to make you reduce that. So negative 5 over 3. So negative 5 over 3. What we can do there, if this is 0, then there is none. This is the x-axis, so you're not going to have a y-intercept. So now what you do is go and factor it. We're going to factor out negative 5 on the top and leave it with x minus 4. And the bottom, what multiplies to negative 12 and adds to negative 1? is going to be x plus 3 and x minus 4. So our vertical asymptote, see that these will cancel out. So that means x at 4 is our whole, and x at negative 3 is our vertical asymptote. So we cancel these out, and then you're going to plug in 4. Negative 5 over x plus 3. And you're going to get, now you plug in the value for the whole in there. So negative 5 over 4 plus 3. So we get negative 5 over 7. Okay. So my denominator needs to be x plus 4. So I'm multiplying the top by x plus 4. So I'm going to get 3x plus 12 minus 2 equals negative 2x. Trick here is I don't need the denominators anymore. I just need to know x can't be negative 4, just in case. So I'm going to add 3x just to get rid of this negative over here. I'm going to combine those two. 10. And this is going to add to just x. And that one worked itself out nice and neatly. Did I miss something here? Oh, because I'm dumb. This needs to be minus. Let's try that again. 10 equals negative 5x. We divide by negative 5. X equals negative 2. Okay, rate of growth. 0.94 minus 1 is going to be 0.06. So that's decay by 6%. Here, 1.09 minus 1 is 0.09. So that's growth by 9%. Pretty simple. Hard for me to mess that up. Okay. This to this power equals that. 6 to the third equals 216. And now it's log base this of this equals that. Log base 8 of 64 equals 2. This you can throw in a calculator, or 2 to what power equals 256. What is that one? Is it the 8th power, I think? So it'd be 2 to the 8th power. I'm sorry, 8. Okay, this moves up here. This moves up here. Log a to the third minus log c to the x. So that's log a to the third over c to the x. Right there. So this is going to be log x squared minus log zy squared. So this is going to be log x squared minus log z plus log y squared. Do this at the same time. This can come down here. This can come down here. But the trick here is this negative has to get distributed there. So 2 log x minus log z minus 2 log y. Which one is that? The only one with all the minuses, right? Well, this one. Okay. So 36 is 6 squared. I'm sorry, 6 squared, and then that was cubed. So it's 6 to the 6th power equals 6 to the x minus 1. got the same base. You can set the exponents equal to each other. Add 1 to both sides. And x equals 7. Okay, here I'm going to add 15 and get 18 equals 8, 2 to the 5x. We divide by 8. Just leave it like that. 18 over 8 equals 2 to the 5x. I think they tell you to use Delta Math tells you log. I like using ln. Doesn't really matter. So this will come down. So we have ln 18 over 8 equals 5x ln 2. I'm going to divide by everything except x. And then this, throw in your calculator. I hope they'll accept to the nearest hundredth. Okay. Throw that in your calculator and you should get 0.233985. So it'd be 0.23. Okay. Radians to degrees. So we multiply -2 times 180 over pi. And we get -114.6. Nice and easy. All right, so we're looking at this angle, and I have the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So it'd be cosine 18 degrees equals x over 52. So multiply both sides by 52. And just get 52 cosine 18. Mean of 55, standard deviation of 10, find the z-score for somebody got a 36. So it's observed 36 minus 55 over 10. And we get -1.9. 36 minus 55 is -19 over 10, -1.9. All right. What is the probability that a student chosen randomly for class who slept more than 6 hours is a student who slept more than 6 hours has an A? They slept more than 6 hours has an A. That's 3. How many total we got? We got 5 and 24. So 29. So we got 3 over 29. 3 over 29. All right, what is the probability that a student is male given that they have an A? So we're only talking about these. So that's 19, and we're only talking about the 11. 11 over 19. All right, there you go. Now you should be ready for the test. Good luck.